Alrighty, hello, and for me it is good morning to you, and I don't know what time zone you are in, but it's early morning. It's 8 a.m., 12 past 8 a.m. I'm in this gold trade short, and I don't know if I like it, to be honest. Shorting gold is not. If you look at the past, it's been just going up. Shorting this is probably not the best idea. So I might very well have taken water over my head, and this is gonna be a bad loss. Why did I go short? Well, on the 5 minutes, we have crossed the EMAs. We are holding below. It looks to be rolling over on the 15 minute. We have a fair value gap on the 30 minute here. So if we want to push higher, I would like gold before we go making higher highs. We go and take some liquidity down here in this fair value gap. I will take out half my position if we get down here at a 1-to-1 ratio. And if it continues down, I'll see what I do with this. If we break into the lows, I will do a 3-to-1 ratio, which is a good trade. If you look at the 4-hour, so we are in a downslope, but that doesn't mean that we're not gonna go higher. So this could be ABC. I want this to be if it is an A, and then we have a ABC within the ABC. So this one, but this is now getting a little, this is very steep. And if this is the ABC, then we should have seen a steep push down here, but we have not. So when I got into this trade, I was a little bit uncertain. That's why we are either going to break this and going higher, I'm not sure I like where my stop loss is at this highs. Looking at this channel here, we could very much end up here with this 4-hour and then pull down at 36.86. If we don't break this red channel to the upside, this should be the better short. Like having entry up here. We can have a stop loss like very cheap if we break this. We don't want it to break it. So that would be a really much better location. Now I'm in short from here. We are going down now though, but it's hard. If this, let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4. It's very. This could go very much sideways for me here if this is gonna go higher here. What I'm looking for, I did my analyze yesterday. It's a possibility that we have this high here, this white line here. And the next high we had did not break it. But we are still within grasp of it. If we want to go higher. We have a very nice channel here. Big, this big white here. We have scrapped the bottom. Bottom went inside, and this is the 50% of this total channel. We have kept below the 50%. We topped the 50, we get to the bottom. We topped the 50, got down, but then we broke into the upper end of this 50%. And then we have been hovering above this 50% until recently here on this very long consolidation in gold. And then we broke to the upside again. So what I'm looking for is some kind of retracement of this huge rally that we have been before we push higher. But I don't know. We have been hovering here at since 9th of September now. We could draw this as a green buying channel. What I would like is that we go down in this green again. This before the Fed speak. I have a bigger target, and that is if this wave down here is wave 1, then we could potentially reach first Fibonacci extension here as a first buying. I really like, we have trailed stop losses here. We have even more trade stop losses below this. I should say this pivot here. Stop loss zone. This is even more. I would say they have trailed the stop losses here. Maybe not here. Probably more like here. So if we go down and we break this kind of pattern to break this red to go up, we might very well have a big red day down in this blue zone, possibly breaking these stop loss zones. And then we have the Fibonacci 50% here. Fib 50% of the last wave, bottom here. This is wave 1, then we came 2. This is have now become wave 3. Possibly. We're now in the negative again here, so I don't know. I would really have liked this to go inside the fair value gap. This one could very much go upside in this red zone there. I will get taken out, so maybe I don't like it. I don't like it. It's too much. The 15-minute is now at the bottom. Wow, look at that wick. Look at the wick though. Look at that buying buying up there. I do not like this. I mean, the 5 minute is not looking the, the bullish that the 50 minute does, but there's a lot of time still in this 50 minute, and this could go green here. So I'm gonna probably exit this early if I don't like it. Then we will probably go into this red, and then we see if we break the red to the upside or if we go lower. If we hold the candle bodies below, the last 50 minute was closed below the 9 EMA, which I like, which gave me more confidence in taking the short for the short run. Now this next 50 minute will be even more important, since the RSI now shows signs that this 50 minute is now looks ready to go up again. But we don't know that until we get more confirmation. But the 5 minutes is also at the bottom here, looking to curling up. Hmm.
Order filled.
I'm actually gonna increase. I kind of like this. We could turn here, yes. I kind of like the action that's going on here. This might be just a short scalp here. If we go up here, I think I'm wrong. If we get a momentum down here now, might be a pattern of some sort here. Oh, I did not like that. I'm gonna go up here. I'm gonna exit this trade, I think. We're gonna go up here. Test these highs again. Yeah, we have 2 minutes in this 15 minutes. Not looking in our favor. If the next 15 minutes gonna go up here, I can't really hold this. We are holding lower below the 9 EMA and the EMA 25, which gives me some hope that this actually is gonna go a bit lower into this fair value gap at least, I think. This could also be a push up before we go lower. "30 minutes holding below." Hmm. But this could also be a run up here, for sure. I would like this to go a little bit lower, then maybe push up. But if we go up here, we could manipulate this. Yeah. Not a fan of this manipulation stuff. It could go up here and then crash down. But it could also just keep going up. We did peak now. Did peak this. I like this reaction though. Let's see. I mean, it's still holding below both EMAs. We did a little higher high here though. We also made a lower low.
There's a jungle out there, you know, baby, let your love run wild, wild, wild. You're just an animal in human form. There's no need to settle down, down, down. I've said it before, I'll say it again, baby, let your love run wild, wild, wild. 'Cause there's a jungle out there, you know, and baby girl, you missing out. Get out the cage, cut off the leash, baby, let your love run wild, wild, wild. Why be in chains when you can be free, baby, let your love run wild, wild, wild. Out in the open, to the horizon, where your heart can finally breathe. Out in the open,
looking at a very weak hourly close here on the candle on the gold. But we are at the bottom of this channel here. So we might go up after the hour to get some gain here. I don't want to... I got out with 6 here. Hopefully I get this 4. I might want to get out with the full position, unless, yeah, there we hit the rock bottom there. We only have 2 left now. We could probably just exit this. I'm gonna exit this. Should I? Yeah. In my opinion, this was a very, very nice scalp. We hit the rock bottom here. We could continue down. But I measured this move. And now we wick down to the bottom of it again. And we are in the fair value gap. So we might push up into this red zone before we do a bigger move down. Or we will shoot and go and break this red peak. If we go down today and continue this move down, we could very much end up here at the lows, the stop loss zone, or if we break that, I'm gonna look for going to the lows in early September here, 4th or 2nd or 4th September, around here at this blue zone at 3,580s, or as low as daily EMA 25, weekly EMA 9 at 35.50s. Not today, tomorrow, or Wednesday. Before Fed meeting. We'll see what this has. This looks, we looks to be breaking this. But I'm really happy with this trade though. It was not the trade I felt too comfortable in, but comfortable enough since we had the EMA crossover to the downside. Last time that happened, we did this good push down. I should probably have held 2 micros with a stop loss here, but that was a good trade. It was, let's see, we took entry, what was it? 3679.1. At what time? 26 past 8. So it's in this candle. Is it not? 79.1, yes. That's where our entry, and we had a stop loss initially above this high. Oh, we're really coming down now. We took exit here. Yes. So that if we would have kept, I would not have let the stop loss go this high. When we saw this push up, I was gonna exit. So I could rather say that my stop loss initially would not have gone past this. Still, it's only a 1-to-66 ratio of return. That's not too good. It's a scalp. It's an okay scalp. But then when we had this push, I had my stop loss at this pivot. So now it's all of a sudden going down to this level. It's 2.7 almost. And when we had this, I set my stop loss down here in profit. I would say it's a good managed trade. Happy about it. Great start of the day. So now I can't do much. I'm gonna have to wait. We did actually take it. Didn't we take it like this? To the lows. Let's see the 5 minutes. It's probably better. Did we take it here? Oh, I don't know. I'll leave it like that. That's good enough. Okay, I'm gonna stop Jap and just watch the markets. We could go then do a check on the MNQ. The trade idea, if we come down to the price down here, I would say probably at this red bar here. Maybe we can get there by US Open. I don't know. It seems to be pushing. This is not a price action I want to be in. This is a zombie rally to the upside. I really don't like to participate in that. That's so slow. Look how choppy it is. Going, breaking small pivots, breaking it to the upside, going lower. This is probably better price action here. Yeah, NQ, I am not keen to take any trades up here. I would like to see gold up here again at this, some of this, either this bar, like we have a pattern to top, bottom, top, bottom, top, bottom, I don't know, or top or bottom here and then go up. But we just keep falling here. Yeah. But this is a good trade. I don't need any more today, to be frank. This is more than enough for me today. So I'm not gonna take any more. If I really see a good setup, I will do it. Yes. I might wait for US to open though and see where price is at that time. Trade safe. I'll talk later.
reversal that has shaken the scientific community. In a stunning reversal that has shaken the scientific community, NASA quietly acknowledged that the mysterious comet tail surrounding 3I Atlas may not be natural gas and ice evaporation. Instead, the ethereal glow exhibits properties consistent with controlled thrust mechanisms. The Manhattan-sized object, already traveling at impossible speeds through our solar system, might be using advanced propulsion technology disguised as ordinary comet behavior. If confirmed, humanity faces its first verified encounter with extraterrestrial engineering, and we have no idea what it wants. An enormous extraterrestrial entity approaching Earth. The celestial body, known as 3I Atlas, maintained velocities exceeding 130,000 miles per hour as it traversed our solar system. Such extraordinary speed would enable travel from New York to Los Angeles in approximately 1 minute if one could somehow secure passage aboard this mysterious visitor. Yet velocity represented merely the initial characteristic that rendered this cosmic wanderer so enigmatic and potentially alarming. Less than 24 hours following its initial detection, NASA specialists validated what numerous researchers suspected yet hesitated to articulate publicly. 3I Atlas had originated from regions far beyond our solar system's boundaries, traversing the immense void separating stellar systems where human spacecraft had never ventured. The object maintained such tremendous velocity that even our sun's colossal gravitational influence proved insufficient to capture it in permanent orbit, indicating it would ultimately escape back into interstellar space unless some mechanism deliberately reduced its momentum. The truly disturbing aspect emerges here. This wasn't merely another small fragment of ice and stone like most cosmic visitors. Initial measurements indicated 3I Atlas could span anywhere from 6 to 9 miles in diameter, rendering it comparable in scale to Manhattan Island. Consider gazing upward at the night sky and observing something equivalent to an entire metropolitan area racing overhead at incomprehensible velocities. Harvard professor Avi Loeb analyzed all available data and arrived at a conclusion that generated shockwaves throughout the global scientific establishment. According to Loeb and his research colleagues, 3I Atlas might represent something other than a natural celestial object. Instead, humanity could be experiencing its first confirmed encounter with technology manufactured by an intelligent extraterrestrial civilization. Should his assessment prove accurate, then something from another stellar system has journeyed through space for millennia specifically to examine us, and we remain completely ignorant regarding whether their motivations are benevolent or hostile, violating every natural law. When scientists initially computed the actual dimensions of 3I Atlas, numerous researchers suspected their computational systems had experienced technical failures. We're discussing an object that surpasses every other interstellar visitor we've previously documented by several hundred times. To comprehend the genuine enormity of this entity, we must compare it to Oumuamua, the enigmatic interstellar object that visited our solar system 8 years earlier. Oumuamua was already considered impressively large for such a cosmic traveler, measuring approximately the length of a football field at roughly 330 to 380 feet in length. This made it easily detectable by our most sophisticated telescopes and provided scientists with numerous opportunities to examine its peculiar characteristics. However, 3I Atlas renders Oumuamua comparable to a pebble beside a towering skyscraper. The absolute scale of 3I Atlas raises fundamental questions about what we're genuinely confronting. Natural cosmic processes can generate considerably large objects, but propelling something equivalent to a small city across interstellar distances while maintaining its structural integrity for thousands of years requires forces that rarely exist in nature. Most fragments of rock and ice that become ejected from their parent solar systems are substantially smaller, typically measuring in hundreds of feet rather than miles. What renders the dimensions even more remarkable is their relationship to the object's velocity. At 130,000 miles per hour, 3I Atlas moves faster than anything we've ever constructed or even conceptualized building. The fastest spacecraft humanity has ever launched, Voyager 1, travels at approximately 38,000 miles per hour, meaning 3I Atlas moves more than 3 times faster than our most advanced technology. The physics required to accelerate something this massive to such incredible speeds are absolutely staggering. In the frigid emptiness of interstellar space, few natural forces exist capable of imparting such velocity to a mountain-sized object. Gravitational interactions with massive stars or black holes could potentially account for the speed, but the statistical probability of such an object maintaining structural coherence across thousands of light years seems virtually impossibly small. Even more mysteriously, the velocity of 3I Atlas means it remains gravitationally unbound to our solar system. Unlike everything else we're accustomed to observing, comets and asteroids from our own cosmic vicinity follow predictable elliptical paths around the Sun. But this visitor moves so rapidly that it will inevitably escape back into interstellar space after completing whatever purpose brought it here, unless naturally it employs some form of advanced propulsion technology to deliberately decelerate and remain for extended observations. The ideal flight trajectory. As astronomers maintained tracking 3I Atlas through telescopes worldwide, they uncovered something that compelled even the most skeptical scientists to pause and question if they were overlooking something essential. This interstellar visitor wasn't pursuing a random course through our solar system like most natural objects would. Rather, it was following an almost impossibly perfect trajectory designed to visit as many major planets as possible in the most efficient sequence conceivable. The route appears like a meticulously planned schedule for the ultimate solar system expedition. Initially, 3I Atlas will pass Mars on October 2nd at approximately 17.5 million miles from the red planet's surface. While this might seem like an enormous distance, in astronomical terms, it represents what researchers consider a relatively close encounter that would provide excellent opportunities for detailed observation and data gathering. From Mars, the object will proceed toward Earth, achieving its closest approach on December 19th at roughly 167 million miles. Subsequently, it will sweep by Venus at merely 60 million miles before heading back toward Jupiter for a final pass at 33 million miles from the gas giant. This entire sequence follows such an efficient and comprehensive path that it appears to have been planned by an intelligence familiar with orbital mechanics and interplanetary navigation. When astronomers computed the statistical probability of such a perfect trajectory occurring through random chance, the results were absolutely astounding. They determined that the likelihood of an interstellar object naturally following a path that brings it close to 4 major planets in such an organized sequence is less than 0.005%. In mathematical terms, this means that if you dispatched 20,000 random objects through our solar system, only one would naturally follow a route even remotely similar to what 3I Atlas is executing. The implications of this statistical analysis are profound and deeply troubling. Either we're witnessing an extraordinarily rare cosmic coincidence that occurs less than once in 20,000 attempts, or we're observing something that was deliberately planned and executed by an intelligence capable of interstellar travel and precise trajectory calculations. What renders the path even more suspicious is how it seems designed to maximize observation opportunities while minimizing chances of detailed study from Earth. The timing of 3I Atlas's closest approach to our planet will occur when it's positioned on the opposite side of the Sun from us, making it virtually impossible to examine with our most powerful ground-based telescopes. It appears as if whatever controls this object wants to observe us without permitting us to observe it in return, following what scientists term a reconnaissance pattern designed to gather intelligence while avoiding detection by the civilizations being studied. It's undoubtedly an extraterrestrial spacecraft. Professor Avi Loeb from Harvard University isn't someone who formulates extravagant theories carelessly. He's among the most respected astronomers globally, with hundreds of published research papers and decades of experience studying black holes, dark matter, and the earliest galaxies in the universe. Therefore, when he analyzed all available data about 3I Atlas and concluded we're probably dealing with extraterrestrial technology, the entire scientific community was compelled to consider his theory seriously. According to Loeb and his research team, everything about 3I Atlas indicates artificial rather than natural origin. The trajectory is too precise and too perfectly planned to result from random gravitational influences acting on space debris. The size is unprecedented for an interstellar visitor, suggesting advanced engineering capabilities rather than natural formation processes. Most significantly, the timing of its arrival seems almost too convenient, appearing just as humanity has developed the technology necessary to detect and track such objects. Loeb's team proposes that 3I Atlas might represent what they term a reconnaissance probe, designed to study as many planets in our solar system as possible while avoiding detailed observation by any intelligent species it might encounter. The carefully planned route would allow whatever controls the object to gather comprehensive information about Mars, Earth, Venus, and Jupiter using sensors and instruments far more advanced than anything humans have ever built. But here's where Loeb's theory becomes truly mind-bending. He doesn't believe 3I Atlas is planning to leave our solar system at all. Instead, he believes it might use sophisticated propulsion technology to slow down and enter a stable orbit around our Sun, possibly near Jupiter, where it would be difficult to detect but perfectly positioned to continue long-term surveillance of human civilization and technological development. The implications of this scenario are staggering on multiple levels. If Loeb is correct, then an intelligence from another star system has been planning this mission for thousands of years, launching 3I Atlas on its journey around 8,000 years ago when human civilization was just beginning to develop agriculture, writing systems, and permanent settlements. Was it possible that our species had reached some kind of technological or social threshold that triggered interest from distant observers? The frightening dark forest theory, Loeb's spacecraft hypothesis, inevitably leads to one of the most chilling concepts in all of science and philosophy. Known as the dark forest hypothesis, this theory attempts to answer one of the most puzzling questions in astronomy. If the universe should be teeming with intelligent civilizations based on statistical probability, why haven't we detected any clear evidence of their existence? The dark forest provides a terrifying possible explanation that keeps many scientists awake at night. The concept derives its name from a simple but absolutely horrifying analogy. Imagine walking through a dark forest where every sound could indicate the presence of a predator waiting to attack. In such an environment, the smartest strategy for survival is to remain as quiet and invisible as possible, because making any noise could attract something bigger, more dangerous, and perfectly willing to eliminate potential threats or competitors. According to the dark forest hypothesis, intelligent civilizations throughout the galaxy face exactly the same dilemma on a cosmic scale. Any species that reveals its presence by broadcasting radio signals, launching visible spacecraft, or otherwise announcing its existence, risks being discovered and destroyed by something more technologically advanced and potentially hostile. This creates a universe where every civilization capable of interstellar communication is forced to remain silent and hidden, not because they're naturally antisocial, but because revealing themselves could result in immediate annihilation. The survival strategy becomes a cosmic game of hide-and-seek, where the penalty for being found could be the complete extinction of your entire species. Every civilization that reaches technological maturity must make a crucial choice between remaining forever silent and hidden, or risking detection by broadcasting their existence to the stars. Those civilizations that choose to reveal themselves may discover too late that they've attracted the attention of something far more dangerous than they ever imagined. The arrival of 3i Atlas raises deeply disturbing questions about whether humanity has already been discovered by entities operating under dark forest principles. If the object really is a reconnaissance spacecraft, then its creators have clearly mastered interstellar travel, which implies technological capabilities that could easily overwhelm anything humans possess. They would have access not just to advanced propulsion systems, but potentially to weapons and other technologies that could threaten entire worlds. The timing of 3i Atlas's journey makes the situation even more ominous. The object began traveling toward our solar system approximately 8,000 years ago, which coincides almost exactly with the rapid development of human civilization. During this crucial period, humans transitioned from small hunter-gatherer tribes to large agricultural societies, developed written language, built the first cities, and began the technological progression that would eventually lead to radio communications, nuclear weapons, and space exploration. Was it possible that these dramatic changes in human society had somehow been detected by distant observers who decided it was time for a closer investigation? If the dark forest hypothesis accurately describes the nature of galactic civilization, then we might be facing first contact with an intelligence that operates according to survival principles we don't understand, with motivations we can't predict, and with capabilities that could determine whether our species continues to exist or gets eliminated as a potential future threat. The Oumuamua Scout mission connection. 8 years before 3i Atlas appeared on astronomical radar, another mysterious visitor had already introduced humanity to the bizarre world of interstellar objects that don't behave according to the laws of physics. The object was named Oumuamua, which means messenger from afar arriving first, in Hawaiian, and it immediately challenged every assumption scientists had about natural visitors from other star systems. Oumuamua violated every rule that astronomers thought applied to chunks of rock and ice traveling through space. When it passed close to our sun, it should have developed a bright tail of evaporating gas and dust that would have made it visible across vast distances. Instead, it flew past our star without leaving any detectable trace of such activity, behaving unlike any comet or asteroid ever observed by human telescopes. Even more mysteriously, Oumuamua demonstrated unexplained acceleration that couldn't be attributed to normal gravitational forces or solar radiation pressure. About 40 days before its discovery, the object had passed dangerously close to the Sun at a distance of just 23 million miles. After this solar encounter, it suddenly gained speed in a way that seemed to violate the basic principles of orbital mechanics, reaching velocities that were significantly faster than could be explained by solar gravity alone. The shape of Oumuamua was equally baffling to researchers studying its light reflection patterns. Depending on which measurements and mathematical models were used, the object appeared to be either extremely elongated, like a giant cigar, or unusually flat, like an enormous pancake. Both configurations were completely unlike anything astronomers had ever encountered in their studies of natural celestial bodies, leading some scientists to compare it to artificial structures rather than space debris. Looking back at Oumuamua with the knowledge of 3i Atlas's current approach, some disturbing patterns begin to emerge that suggest these two objects might be connected as part of a coordinated exploration program. Both visitors exhibited unusual trajectories that seemed almost too convenient to be the result of random gravitational interactions. Both lacked the typical characteristics that scientists expected to see in comets or asteroids originating from interstellar space. Most significantly, both appeared at times when human technology was just advanced enough to detect them but not sophisticated enough to study them in comprehensive detail. The size difference between these two interstellar visitors tells a particularly intriguing story when considered as part of a potential reconnaissance mission. Oumuamua measured roughly the length of a football field, making it an ideal candidate for an advanced scout or preliminary survey probe. It was small enough to avoid easy detection, fast enough to complete its observations quickly, and sophisticated enough to gather basic information about our solar system's planets and any signs of intelligent life they might contain. 3i Atlas, by contrast, is hundreds of times larger and presumably much more capable of extended operations and detailed analysis. If we consider these objects as components of a coordinated first contact protocol, Oumuamua might have served as an initial reconnaissance mission designed to confirm that our solar system contained potentially interesting targets for further study. The 8-year gap between visits would have provided enough time for whoever sent the first probe to receive its data, analyze the information, and then dispatch a much larger and more sophisticated expedition to conduct comprehensive observations of human civilization and technological development. The scientific community pushes back. Not everyone in the global astronomy community was prepared to begin planning for alien contact based on the evidence surrounding 3i Atlas. The vast majority of professional researchers examined the same data that convinced Avi Loeb of extraterrestrial origins and reached entirely different conclusions, arguing that extraordinary claims about spacecraft from other worlds required extraordinary evidence that simply hadn't been provided yet. The most significant challenge to the alien technology hypothesis emerged from recent high-resolution photographs of 3i Atlas that revealed details Loeb's theory had difficulty explaining. Images captured by some of the world's most powerful telescopes showed a faint but unmistakable glow surrounding the object that looked remarkably similar to the early stages of comet tail formation that occurs when ice and frozen gases begin evaporating under solar heating. As 3i Atlas continued moving closer to the Sun, this ethereal halo was expected to grow progressively brighter and more extensive, exactly as astronomers would predict if they were observing a perfectly ordinary chunk of ice and rock being heated by solar radiation, rather than some form of advanced alien technology. The presence of this developing tail strongly suggested that 3i Atlas was behaving like a completely normal comet that just happened to have originated from another star system. The brightness characteristics of 3i Atlas also provided strong support for the natural comet hypothesis, according to mainstream scientists. The object appeared remarkably bright, even at enormous distances from the Sun, which made perfect sense if its surface was covered with highly reflective ice crystals rather than exotic artificial materials or advanced hull plating. Comets throughout our own solar system are famous for their ability to reflect sunlight efficiently due to the pristine frozen water on their surfaces, and this property matched the observational data much better than spacecraft theories. Critics of Loeb's extraterrestrial hypothesis also raised logical questions about some of his key arguments regarding the object's trajectory and behavior patterns. If 3I Atlas really had been designed by an advanced civilization to study Earth and its inhabitants, why would they plan a flight path that brought their reconnaissance probe no closer than 167 million miles to our planet? That distance represents almost twice the space between Earth and the Sun, which seemed like a remarkably inefficient approach for any intelligence genuinely interested in conducting detailed observations of human society and technology. Alternative explanations for 3I Atlas's unusual characteristics began emerging from research groups at universities and observatories around the world. Some scientists proposed that the object might be a fragment of a much larger celestial body that had been broken apart by a catastrophic collision with another massive object, or torn apart by gravitational forces during a close encounter with a star or black hole somewhere in its distant past, a historical milestone for humanity. Regardless of whether 3I Atlas ultimately proves to be a natural phenomenon or evidence of extraterrestrial intelligence, astronomers worldwide unanimously agreed that this discovery represented something genuinely extraordinary in the entire history of human observation and scientific research. The official designation 3I in the object's name told a remarkable story about just how incredibly rare and precious this opportunity really was for advancing our understanding of the universe. The number 3 indicated that this was only the third interstellar object ever detected and confirmed by human observers since we began systematically searching the skies for visitors from other star systems. The letter I stood for interstellar, a classification that immediately set these objects apart from the millions of asteroids, comets, and other debris that populate our own solar system and follow predictable orbits around our sun. Confirmed interstellar visitors are so uncommon that each one represents a unique scientific treasure, offering insights into distant regions of the galaxy that would otherwise remain completely inaccessible to human study. Every interstellar object carries within its composition and behavior crucial information about conditions in other star systems, the violent processes that can eject material into the cosmic void, and the incredible journeys that can last millions of years before reaching our cosmic neighborhood. The first interstellar visitor, Oumuamua, had taught scientists valuable lessons about what to look for when such objects appeared, but it had also highlighted humanity's complete lack of preparation for studying visitors from beyond our solar system. By the time astronomers realized what Oumuamua represented and began organizing comprehensive observation campaigns, the object was already too far away for detailed analysis with existing instruments and techniques. The second confirmed interstellar visitor, Comet 2, Borisov, discovered in 2019, had provided a much better opportunity for scientific study because it was detected much earlier in its journey through our solar system. However, Borisov had behaved very much like typical comets from our own cosmic neighborhood, offering valuable comparative data but fewer fundamental surprises and mysteries to challenge our understanding of physics and astronomy. 3I Atlas was profoundly different from both of its predecessors in ways that made it uniquely valuable for advancing human knowledge about the nature of the universe and our place within it. Its enormous size meant it would remain visible and trackable for much longer periods than smaller objects, giving astronomers extended opportunities to study its composition, behavior, and any changes that might occur as it interacted with solar radiation and gravitational forces throughout our solar system, racing to construct alien interceptors. The frustration of watching Oumuamua disappear into interstellar space before it could be properly studied had motivated some of the most ambitious and technologically challenging space missions ever conceived by human engineers and scientists. These projects represented humanity's determination never again to be caught unprepared by mysterious visitors from other star systems, whether they turned out to be natural phenomena or
Order
evidence
filled.
of extraterrestrial intelligence. The most audacious of these proposed missions was the dramatically expanded version of Project Lyra, originally designed to chase down Oumuamua, but now being redesigned and adapted to intercept future interstellar visitors, including potentially 3I Atlas itself, if it exhibited behaviors that warranted closer investigation. The engineering challenges involved in catching up with objects traveling at such incredible speeds required revolutionary innovations in propulsion technology, spacecraft design, and mission planning that pushed far beyond the boundaries of current human capabilities. Project Lyra engineers had developed several different approaches to achieving the enormous velocities needed for successful interstellar intercept missions. The most promising strategy involved using gravitational assistance from multiple planets in carefully timed sequence, essentially transforming our entire solar system into a massive cosmic pinball machine, where spacecraft could gain tremendous speed at each planetary encounter through precisely calculated trajectory adjustments. A typical Project Lyra mission profile might involve launching from Earth and flying directly to Venus for an initial gravitational boost, then returning to Earth for additional acceleration from our planet's gravity well, and finally heading to Jupiter, where the gas giant's massive gravitational field would provide the final tremendous push needed to reach velocities approaching
Order
or
filled.
exceeding those of the interstellar targets being pursued. Computer simulations and mathematical models suggested that such elaborate orbital choreography could potentially accelerate specially designed probes to speeds approaching 74,000 miles per hour under optimal conditions, or possibly even 163,000 miles per hour if more exotic mission profiles involving close solar approaches were implemented successfully. The European Space Agency was pursuing a fundamentally different strategic approach with their Comet Interceptor mission, scheduled for launch in 2029. Instead of attempting to chase objects that had already been detected and were racing away from our solar system, this innovative concept involved positioning a sophisticated spacecraft at a strategic location in space where it could patiently wait for the next interstellar visitor to appear and then rapidly deploy to intercept it during its approach phase when detailed study would be most feasible. Thanks for watching another episode. While you are still here, make sure to click the video on your screen for more quality content. In a stunning reversal,
Very interesting. Very interesting. This 3I Atlas, whatever it is kind of mind-blowing. What could potentially come very soon within our grasp to actually look at to see if it is extraterrestrial? That would be freaking scary. I love this kind of stuff, but it is also pretty terrifying. I mean, they say it will shadow behind the sun, so we can't see it. So what are, if it is extraterrestrial, if they have this advanced technology of a propulsion behind the sun, they could alter their course. So when they they use the sun's gravitation to then go towards Earth instead of going at its trajectory that we see now towards Jupiter and out of our interstellar system again. Maybe they have this advanced propulsion system, so when they are behind sun, they will reduce the speed and the gravitation of sun will take them in a trajectory towards Earth. Yikes. It will be crazy if that happens. What a chaotic Earth it will be. People will go crazy. Jesus Christ. And that is early December. Didn't they say we will, at December 2nd, see the 3-eye atlas on the other side of the sun to be visible again? That's where it is closest to Earth. And by that time, we will see if it continues on the trajectory it originated from, or we will be in complete shock to see the trajectory is completely different and it's either, I don't know, slowing down, stalling, or going towards Earth. Yeah. Jesus. So the video I just showed, it was released 15 hours ago from the YouTuber called Voyager. If you want to see it. Very, very, very interesting. So when I saw this, I just took this as a very, very short scalp up to this red zone. So it was a very small position and I took a very small profit. But it's still profit. It was a $40 profit on 2 micros. I could have taken out the full 4 micros for an $80 profit. Yeah, I think I will not do any more trades during UK session. I might even lock this to not trade, but I will not do it yet. I will see what will happen in the coming 3 hours and see if I will get back into pre-market US stream to find more trades. Okay. Trade safe, stay safe, and I'll see you later. Bye bye.